Now we all know that the Super Mario games are filled with secrets. It's just something Nintendo loves to do. They hide all kinds of power-ups, hidden doorways or pipes that lead to completing new levels, and even special collectibles that can be found in all kinds of nooks and crannies. But luckily enough, Nintendo fans love this stuff, and so they will analyze every inch of the game to find them all. And usually they succeed and find all the secrets that can be found in the game. However, this isn't always the case, because sometimes they miss something, and according to some people on the internet, they miss something big in Super Mario World. An entire moon level. But where can it be found? What is seen in it? And was this even real at all? Well, let's find out. But first, introducing my new store, Wily.gg, the place to buy your new games and get your hands on eShop cards for Nintendo as well as Xbox. And don't forget, use code Wily at checkout to save 10%. Now let's continue. Now all of this started in the 90s when the game came out. As you can imagine, a lot of Nintendo fans were hooked as soon as they played it. It was way more advanced compared to Super Mario Bros. 3. And one thing that many noticed is that this game had a lot of secrets. More than almost any other Super Mario title out there. And personally, I agree with this. Nintendo really stepped up their game with the release of this title. However, while playing the game, people came across one special collectible that made them even more curious. I'm talking about the 3-Up Moon, which is an item that first appeared in Super Mario World. It's a yellow waxen crescent moon that has a happy facial expression, and it's actually an extremely rare item in the game. And that's because the 3-Up Moon functions very similarly to the 1-Up Mushroom, but true to its name, it rewards the player with 3 extra lives instead of 1 when collected. Thanks to this, everyone tried their best to find them all. However, there are still a lot of Super Mario World fans out there that have never ever seen one. Well, that's what I noticed as soon as I looked at the comment section of some videos covering these collectibles. However, that doesn't matter right now. What matters is that people started wondering where these came from, and at that point they found Star World, the 8th world of the game, which can be reached by one of the 5 star roads. And to beat Star World, the player needs to find the secret exit of each level. And heck, after this, there's another world known as the Special Zone. It really doesn't end. And thanks to this and the 3-Up Moon, many people thought that there was another world they hadn't found aside from these 2 extras. And so, according to some, there is a moon world in the game that you are supposed to find later on, like the other bonus worlds. And you can supposedly access it either from the Star World or one of the vanilla dome levels. But there are also many who confuse it with the Star World itself or even the Special World, which clearly doesn't help us with our quest. But where did the rumor actually come from? Sure, some people thought there was more, but where did the moon idea actually come from? Well, it was actually mentioned in an issue of the Australian Club Nintendo magazine from the early 1990s. This was Nintendo's official bi-monthly published magazine in countries like Germany, Austria, Australia, Switzerland, and many more. In a lot of ways, it's exactly the same as the American Nintendo Power, but for other countries around the world. And I have no idea why they have a different name compared to the American one. Now, the first issue was published in 1989, and in time, more and more versions of this magazine were discontinued. And now the only ones left is the Club Nintendo version for Mexico and the official Nintendo magazine in Latin America. But the original rumor came from one of these magazines, and I mean, they are affiliated with Nintendo, so they had some credibility. And so this, combined with the things seen in the game and the huge amount of secrets that could already be found, many were convinced that there was some sort of moon level. Thanks to this, people started looking all over the place for some sort of secret entrance or exit out of a level that would take them to this special world. But as you can imagine, many failed, although there are some videos online that show you how to get there. And one example of this is seen in the video that is on screen right now. As you can see, he goes to a level known as the top secret area first, and normally this place isn't too special. It's just a hidden area filled with power-ups that you can use, then it is unlocked by finding the secret exit in the donut ghost house. So cool, but not too special. But weirdly enough, this level is actually used by a lot of people who supposedly find new places or items in the game. So you will encounter it a lot when looking into certain rumors. Now the person in this video seems to activate some sort of hidden switch that is just out of sight, and thanks to this, a door spawns. And if you enter it, you end up in a hidden level, which then leads to the island up there on the world map. And from there you can get to a place that looks like some sort of moon level, although it isn't really what you would expect. Now as you can imagine, this isn't the only video like this out there. It can be a bit hard to find, because it's been ages, but there are others out there that show off some sort of moon level in Super Mario World. However, is any of this even real? I mean, a lot of this stuff looks quite strange, completely unfinished, and can't really be replicated by anyone owning a normal version of the game. Well, sadly enough, it turns out that this is 100% fake. I couldn't find anything in the files or in the game, and most of the footage turned out to be people messing with anyone looking for the secret moon level. You know, really exploiting the naive mindset of many consumers. You know how it goes. But now the big question is, if all of this is fake, why did the Nintendo magazine mention a moon level? Well, as far as I could find, there are two possible explanations for this stuff, and the first one is cut content. Maybe they were thinking of adding some sort of moon level, but that never happened in the end. It's one idea. However, after looking through the cut content for another video I did a while ago, it was clear that this was never planned. And so the more likely explanation is that writers of Club Nintendo messed up and confused it with another Mario game. As most of you know, two other Super Mario titles that were also released in the 90s had a moon world or level in it, like Super Mario 2 6 Golden Coins, which had the Space Zone, a world where Mario dons a spacesuit and explores the moon and its surrounding stars. And in the sequel, or prequel I guess, to Super Mario World, where Yoshi is the main protagonist, we also see a moon, specifically during the Raphael boss fight where he slams into Yoshi, sending him and Baby Mario flying to a small moon where they will then fight. I know it sounds weird, but that is actually in the game. But you get the idea. Two games that came out around the same time had a space-themed world in it. So it could be that the article was actually talking about one of those games. Or one of these games gave a Nintendo fan the idea that a world like this could be in Super Mario World? Or was in Super Mario World, like they remembered it wrong? But regardless of how people came up with the idea, this rumor was sadly enough completely false. But there is a way you can experience a moon level in the game. There is actually a ROM hack of the game known as Moon that takes you to completely new places, including space. So if you really want to explore space in a Super Mario setting, then be sure to check it out and give it a shot. And don't forget, there are more videos like this on my channel with rumors that are real as well. So be sure to check them out. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please click subscribe, bell button, like, comment, do all the good stuff. Help out Papa. Yeah, I just hope you enjoyed the video. That's all I care about, my boys. And I do read the comments, so no nasties. Yeah, cool. Bye, everybody. Thank you for coming.